Hi there, in this video I'll be removing and refitting the console PCB and program switch on a Hotpoint WF0000. Before you attempt any repair on a domestic appliance, switch it off and if possible remove the mains plug just to be on the safe side. Undo the two screws at the back of the lid and if you lift it and push it backwards it will come off, although some of these lids are harder to free than others. The soap drawer on the other hand is easy to release. Once you've pulled it all the way out as far as it will come, push down on the blue centre tab and pull it free from the dispenser. These fascia panels are held on by screws in the drawer opening and another two on top. They also have a couple of clips at the back that hook onto the front panel. These have to be unclipped as well before it can be released. On this unit there's just one wiring plug, so you don't need to make any special diagrams as to where it fits, but on some units there may be 3 or more plugs and it would be advisable to note where each one fits for reconnecting. The printed circuit board or PCB is held onto the fascia panel by plastic spring clips on one side and it slots into grooves in the panel on the other side. On this board there's just one control switch attached to it, but on other models there could be up to 3 switches. Once the clips have been unhooked you could find it easier to disconnect the switch or switches from the PCB before removing it. They just clip onto the board with these little tags. I've unhooked the switch from the PCB and it will stay attached to the control knob until I remove it. As you can see, the switch is very simple in its construction and only has one moving part, which is attached to a brass contact plate that touches on different segments of the PCB as it's turned. Unfortunately, the centre shaft of the switch can easily come out from the casing if knocked or dropped, so be careful, because if you lose the ratchet pin or spring it would render the switch useless. If the centre does come out it can be replaced without too much trouble. All you need is a small screwdriver or knife blade to push the pin back in while you resight the shaft. Right. Make sure you replace the switch in the correct location, because there are 3 places that the switch will fit, but if you only have one switch then you shouldn't have a problem. Although you removed the switch from the PCB when you took it off, fit it onto the board before replacing it rather than into the control knob first, or the switch may separate when you try to attach the board onto it. Turn the knob so the flat edge of the shaft will fit and lower it into place. Don't push it all the way on because you have to fit the top edge of the board into the cut out section of the fascia panel. When that's done you can clip the lower section on. Before you refit the fascia, just turn the control knob a few times to make sure it works and that the switch mechanism didn't come apart on reassembly. Refit the wiring plug and clip the fascia back onto the front panel. Replace the 2 top screws and those in the dispenser recess. The edge of the dispenser sits inside the opening, so to get the screws to fit properly you may need to move it about a bit to get the holes lined up. Slide the soap drawer in, put the top back on and the job's done. On behalf of Selfix UK, we'd like to thank you for watching this video and hope you found it interesting. Goodbye.